Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. No, I'm not. I'm actually not going to silently read the pages. That's just silly. That would be nonsense. Anyway, happy weekend, everyone. We're doing more Homestuck today. For those of you keeping score at home, we're on page 7593. That's 7593. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are under 600 pages away from the end of Homestuck. Oh no, is the stream freezing for people? It looked like it had like a little skosh of dropped frameage going on, but other than that, things look okay on my end. So anyway, let me scroll to the top of chat from when I started, and I'll say hi to everyone who has said hello. Hello there, God of my truth. Hello, I smile. Hello, Cool N102. Happy Saturday. Doodly doom. Hello there. Doodly doom. Doodly doodly. Doodly doom. Zealous Tessa Thompson is here. Sup. Hello. Toby Tossed. Hello. Hi, Tedious Rose. I'm sorry about your migraine. Migraines suck. They are terrible. I hope you feel better. I hope you have like some Excedrin or some Tylenol or aspirin or something to help. Yeah, migraines are the worst. I have friends who get migraines. I get migraines once in a while myself. They are not great. Pixel Void, hi! You made it. Just in time. Just in time. Hey, Benny Bubbles, happy Saturday. Let's see. Rice Milk, hello! Oh my gosh, did I like literally wake you up? That's amazing. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is the first weekend after the time change too. So, yeah, if you're not in America and you didn't change your clock, this is a different hour for you than it has been the last few months. Let's see. Hi, Heterosapiens. Hello, Borean. Happy Saturday, friends. Hi, Flora Miku. Happy Saturday. See, Kayla Circat. Hi, hello. Happy Saturday. Yo, SNES Controller, good to see you as well. Happy Saturday. Scrolling. I think I'm caught up. If I did not say hello to you, assume that I meant to say hello to you because I definitely did, and I'm sorry if I missed you. Also, anyone who's just lurking out there, happy Saturday to you as well. Go ahead and do your lurk thinger. But in the meantime, we're going to read Homestuck. Oh, you have a rice I almost said you have a rice milk migraine. I meant to say you have a migraine rice milk. Oh no. But anywho, slept for 11 hours, man. Wow. That doesn't sound unusual when you have a migraine though. Like, I'm sorry I have a migraine. I am so sorry to all of you who have migraines right now. And bless you for still being here in spite of having a migraine. So alright. Anywho. Wait, what? An Nepeta song? What? Person who made Homestuck songs and they made a Nepeta one in particular? Well, I'm interested. But I'll have to check that out later because right now we are neck deep in Homestuck. I don't know if that means we're buried in the ground up to our neck or if we are like head first in the ground up to our neck and then we're like standing on our head and the rest of us is just above ground. I don't know. There are two different ways I guess you could interpret being buried neck deep in the ground that I just now realized. When you think about it, it's true. Alright. Yo, hey Keyblade! I don't have a headache, but there are people here who have headaches though. Alright. Well, last time we wrapped up like the 8 different conversations that were happening. Vriska gave everybody the plan and broke everyone up into teams to take down all the threats that are incoming. And also Jasper Rose sprite. What is this? I don't know. What was this called again? Jaspro Sprite squared, basically. Meow, meow, motherfuckers. That's a thing now. Jaspro Sprite. That's right. Really, that's the only important thing that happened, let's be honest. Anyway, meanwhile, elsewhere in Paradox Space... Oh, are we back with Callie and Jade now? Oh, that's right, we saw Callie and Jade, like... fall to somewhere else. And also Jane woke back up, too, because they fixed Jane. They got Jane reprogrammed. Alright, so what are they experiencing right now? Whoa, some kind of green flash thing happening. Welcome back, Jade. Wait, why is Calliope's text red now? Oh, is this alt-universe Calliope? Is this the Calliope that kicks Caliborn's ass? Oh, snap. So red text Calliope is like murder Calliope. Or dead tier Calliope? Is that what you guys call her? Come toward me. Hi! It's good to see you again. You are kind to believe that. How long has it been? There is no way to measure. Jade, could you wait over here? I will return in a moment. Hey, cello player. Well, we just started, so you haven't missed much. Alright, so dead tier Callie is walking off into, like, I don't know, some kind of rift in time and space or whatever, because that's what you do in Homestuck. You just, like, walk off into random rifts in time and space. No big deal. It's all old hat at this point. This music seems on point, too. It just does. Callie and Jade are looking at each other like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. What do you think's going on? I don't know. Oh, Callie is following Callie. Okay. I was wondering if they were just going to stand there or if someone was going to do something. Hey, Altaru Spirit! Alright. Ooh, magic wand. She's not gonna Avada Kedavra her, is she? Oh man. Wait, what? What happened to her eye? Oh, is she just removing the troll Sona? I've been searching for you. So you have, and I've been waiting. What will it be? Pardon? I don't... Me when the con is over. Oh my god. That's apropos. Forgive my faltering, Miss Calliope. I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to ask you something? No, but you may if you wish. Ah, in that case, Jade told me that you enjoy telling stories like me. Is that true? I used to. Long ago, I would tell stories to myself for the sake of amusement. Now I only tell them to others when it serves a purpose. Is there a story you would like to hear? Possibly? There is so much to wonder. Why are you here? I mean, in the lair of the echidna. This is where I was killed. Oh. Would you like to hear that story? So wait, so Alt Calliope was, well, I mean, clear. I should have noticed that actually immediately, like, because her eyes are the same as dead Callie's, like. My death was the very end, of course. When telling a story of the end, where does one begin? At the true beginning, or one of the many points between disguised as such? In a story of the end, which events preceding the final moment itself shall be considered extraneous? For me, none were. For you, all are. It simply depends on how long you're willing to listen, and for how long you have. How long do I have? Now that you're here? Not long at all. This should be an interesting conversation. Oh, I want to listen to as much as possible, in whatever amount of time I have, if you please. From the true beginning, then, and moving swiftly, I began the same as you, vulnerable, weak, but without the comfort of others to whom those flaws would endear me. So I became strong and killed my brother. I wore him down. I ate his soul. I dressed my words in his blood to hear victory every time I spoke. Oh, that's why her text is red, 'cause it's the color of Caliborn's blood. Caliborn did the same thing back in our reality. That's right. Okay, gotcha. That explains it. I consumed his strength, too. It was always in me, just as yours was in him. But being strong was not enough. Oh, so we got like the pool ball worlds and the hole and like her symbol and everything. Oh, good, Tedious Rose. I'm glad. A dead session is an impossible time challenge. The planets detonate sooner and sooner, one by one. It is a trial designed to be unwinnable. A muse of space could never solve it, but a lord of time could, with relentless perseverance. It could only be him. My brother? Yes. I was never meant to rise to the place he holds because the game was rigged, tilted in favor of his aspect. Having gained immortality, I could sit forever in a spent dead session. Or I could seek counsel with the mother of monsters, and that is why you stand in my memory of her lair. So even if Callie got super ridiculously strong, the session was always tilted in favor of Caliborn because her aspect could not complete the dead session challenge. I was gonna say, in the middle of her explaining that, I was like, but Caliborn was able to do it, and then she explained why she couldn't do it, so. Her choice was simple, and I accepted. She mercifully ended my life, then and there. Less mercifully is what came in exchange. My soul would have to wait here, for what felt like a very, very long time. Wait for what? You. Echidna told me that your visit would be my signal, an indication that the furthest ring around me had uncoiled itself momentarily, enough to be navigable. It would mean it was time for me to go and fulfill the rest of my promise to her. So that is what I will do. I see. Then what about me? What do you mean? I was under the impression I needed to find you, and apparently that was true so that you can leave. But I thought this encounter might hold some purpose for me? That you might let me know how I fit into everything from this moment onward. Your only relevance here, and to the greater good, was to function as my signal. A simple notification, as foretold by Echidna. Now that you are here, I can go. But what should I do? So basically, Callie is like a doomed Callie. Kind of like how, like, John was a doomed John. Like, other John was a doomed John. You don't need to do anything. Be who you've become, and who I didn't. Consume the fruits of an existence I could never understand. Live. But she's dead. How is she supposed to live? Oh, so is Callie just gonna be, like, left, like, in a void by herself for the rest of whatever? Oh, hey, there's Roxy. Ooh. Oh my god, she has the ring! Holy crap! Oh good, this is the good turn of events. Ah, she's alive again! And she's like, what? So they found dead tier Callie, and they also brought regular Callie back to life. Oh, happiness. Oh my gosh, look at Callie's smile. That's great. Oh, and then is she taking her off to another place? Oh, this looks... Well, this is weird. What's happening here? I guess we have a flash coming here, don't we? Alright. Well, let's see what this flash is. Whoa, it's like widescreen. Okay, there's the sound to it. Okay, so I'm supposed to, like, scroll across here. What is this? What's this weird snaky tubey thing? So it goes into like this crystalline cave with like what looks like lava, magma and stuff. Whoa! Okay, so there's Karkat and Kanaya. They're oh, that's right. They were sent to do a thing as well. They were sent. Were they sent to see Echidna, right? Oh yeah. Yep. I just saw chat. Okay. So Echidna. All right. So meanwhile, okay. So Roxy has retrieved Callie. Callie has retrieved dead tier Callie. And now Karkat and Kanaya are doing their thing. So let's see what comes next. Hold on a sec. Yeah, that was a really cool image. I liked it. Okay. So you actually understood what she was saying with that ear-splitting malarkey? Yes. Wow. I guess we really did send the right person then. Plus one useless tag-along, I guess, to bear witness or something? And probably record the legendary conversation like a scribe with his benchwarmer's pen into the hollowed scroll of the second banana? What? Except I didn't bring my pen or scroll, and I don't speak monster screaming, so my transcript would read like, more shrill noises, like God playing the edge of a glass inside your think pen. Mariam continues to nod along. We talked about you. What? You did? What did she say? It was a short conversation. The entire exchange was quite brief and straightforward, actually. No, I kinda got that. Even though I don't have a keen ear for a beast twaddle, I can still detect when a conversation doesn't last for much time. I mean, what did she say? Did she say what she wanted with me? Or what she wants me to do? You don't have to do anything. And she didn't want anything with you in particular. She just wanted you here. Okay. Well, here I am, Queen Snake. Satisfied? Yes, she is, apparently. Then what did you talk about when my name came up? Now is probably not the right time to get too deep into the subject, but it was nothing bad. To the contrary, really. Okay, then what about you? Why did she want to see you, Kanaya? Can you at least tell me something about this maddening exchange? The bottom line is the meeting has served its purpose and Echidna has satisfied. She will release the frog when the time comes. I think Vriska was basically right. She wanted to get a look at us, to assess our worthiness, before she would agree to authorize the conception of another universe. It would seem that we measured up once her questions were answered. What questions? Those pertaining to how her universe would be tested once occupied, and whether we intended to take that responsibility seriously. By following through with the duties we have fundamentally tasked ourselves with by our natural inclinations. I mean us specifically, you and I. Duties? Natural inclinations? What the fuck is she talking about? Natural inclinations, I think, just means some idea that is important to us that has threaded its way through every moment and decision of our lives, even when not apparent. The refrain of our being, maybe you could call it. The thing that attracts and inspires us and simultaneously weighs on us so heavily we are never sure what to do. For me, it is procreation, I believe, and so does she. Fighting for the persistence of our people, I guess you could say. Motherhood? What about me, then? I think that is for you to say. I'm not sure it is, really. If I'm hearing right, worthiness of inheriting this universe hinges on whether I can live up to what my shit is about, so to speak. But I don't really know what my shit is about. I'd really like to know, actually. Considering it sounds like you touched on that subject with her, even if only briefly, then it sounds like a conversation I would have benefited from understanding. Really, if there was only one clangorous creature screed I'd like to have been able to parse over my lifetime, this was probably it. Alright, cello player, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. So, you really don't have even the slightest sense of what you stand for. Some concept that speaks to you in some way, or represents ideals important to you. I don't know. Blood? Blood. No, not blood. I mean, not really. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what that means or why I said it. Except that it's the easy answer, just because it's my fucking aspect. Well, it's a topic I can get behind. Do you have any? What? You mean aside from the shitload of the stuff I carry around in my veins all the time? No, sorry. Oh. Please don't look at my body like that while drooling. Whoops. That's fantastic. But really, I don't have a clue what my aspect means, or if it even has any substantive correlation with my shit, per whatever echidna was going on about. Honestly though, when we started playing the game and learning about all the aspect stuff and who was what, I got so excited when I found out about mine. I was like, what, blood? Fuck yeah! That's me, that's so badass, and I'm badass, so yeah, that checks out. And even though the thing about being a badass was bullshit, it still just felt right. And I think it still does. That's nice. I think it can only be positive to feel a deep affinity for one's aspect, better than being at odds with it. I never felt like I had much to do with space, until eventually, I somehow came to understand space meant more than just space. Like, not just physical room and dimension for stars to occupy. It's deeper than that. A field related to propagation. The ones who create it. They are passing a torch, as it were. Yeah, at first I thought blood just meant like, something about being a warrior, or being completely ruthless to anyone standing in the way of victory. But as more time passed, I realized there was probably a lot more to it, and I still don't understand. Maybe I never will. But even though I don't have those immature views on being a big shot anymore, I still want to fight. You do? Yeah. I mean, not any old time like some belligerent asshole, but when everything is on the line and it really matters, like now. So maybe I wasn't too far off on that part of my aspect. Maybe it does have something to do with like the warrior spirit shit, even if your body and skills can't quite back that up. Could be. It could be there's more to being a warrior than engaging in physical combat. Carcat has much to ponder. Oh, nice. Good point, Pixel Void. Good point. But seriously, I still do want to help make a difference in this battle somehow. I know you do. Look, I completely admit, I'm shit. I'm the shit that they reserve for the smelliest toilet when it comes to fighting ability. All that smack talk between me and Vriska about my uselessness, that wasn't even some snappy little farce where we all ride Carcat's crotch bando for a lively chuckle. It was just some basic boilerplate interlocution that was exactly on the fucking level. I'm not a god tier, but you know what? Neither are you, and neither is Terezi. But you're both great, and deadly as shit. It's no excuse. I've never been any good, and it took me a long time to come to terms with how deluded I was about that. The only reason we ended up winning our game was that everyone else was able to pick up the slack for me. Pretty much all I did was spend a few weeks shouting at everybody. I never told anyone this, but even when I beat my Denizen, I'm pretty sure that's only because I got the one reserved for the weakest players. Like, a special one. You know how there's that supposedly rare one that only really strong players get? It has some weird fucking name. I'm pretty sure mine was like that, but just the opposite. Really. I never said anything about this because it was so embarrassing, but when I got to him, he was weirdly small, like just really small, and he mumbles his choice shit, which of course I completely ignore, and he seems to know I will. I can hear it in his voice. He knows I won't care. He can sense my contempt. He can sense how small and pitiful I feel because he's like all-knowing and shit, and he's factored this in. On some level, I think I understood all this, and it just made me furious. So I killed him, and it was too easy. even for me, it was easy. I remember thinking, what the fuck, after the final blow. So, yeah, I've been pretty sure I got the training denizen ever since. It was just a matter of admitting it to myself. Actually, as dumb as it sounds, I think I'm still not comfortable with people knowing that fact. It still feels humiliating. Would you mind not telling anyone, Kanaya? I'll stay quiet. But, yeah, my utterly tragic lameness attribute notwithstanding, I'd still like to contribute. I know it won't count for much. I might even get in the way of somebody competent, but it matters to me to put everything on the line for all the right reasons this time. Not to prove I'm strong or awesome or anything. The opposite, really. To put myself out there knowing perfectly well I'm not. I feel like I have to earn the right to inherit this universe. I feel like I have to earn the right to inherit this universe like everyone else. Not just get dragged into it on the loose fabric of everyone's fucking pajamas. It also feels important to just, I don't know, stand there with my friends. They're risking their lives, and they may be more supernaturally resilient or whatever, but hey, I should be risking mine too. To at least show I'm there with them. And who knows, maybe a moment will present itself where I can do something important. Like, nudge someone out of the way of a random flaming fuckball just in time. Or some other small thing actually within my ability. Maybe I'll die in the process of saving someone more crucial to victory? If that's what it takes to be a part of this, so be it. I'm in. That's why you're our leader, Carcat. I'm not your fucking leader! Statements like that are also why you're our leader. No, I don't accept that. You have to. What? Why? No, I don't. Look, we just established this back on the pad. I'm not a leader anymore. End of story. That isn't what Echidna said. Gwa? It was part of the deal. What? What deal? The choice she gave me. It was straightforward, like I said. Seeing us was mostly a formality. She was perfectly willing to release the frog, but there was one small thing I had to agree to first. What? To protect you. Huh? In addition to living up to the things I supposedly stand for as well, the resurrection of our people. But once I did that, she made it clear they'd need guidance. She didn't seem happy with the idea of her universe being stricken with another race of lost trolls. Maybe she feels you are the best chance we'd have at preventing that. Are you fucking joking? Not at the moment. Ha 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 ha! These denizens are full of surprises, aren't they? Okay, cool. Whatever you say, Echidna. It's probably a load of shit, but a deal's a deal. At least protecting me should be a pretty easy promise to live up to, right? I'd hope so. So apparently Carcat is like tagged to be the troll leader of the new universe, basically. Sure it is. When I head out to battle, all you have to do is stick near me and do your best to provide me cover. I think as long as you're giving your best effort, you're technically keeping your end of the bargain. That would be one way of handling it. Great, it's settled then. Now let's get out of this stuffy cave and get psyched for battle. Man, this is gonna be great. Can't wait to dust the old sickle off. Which one to use, though? Home smell you later? Probably lacking in combat stats, but it's hard to say no to a classic. This way, Kanaya! Don't worry, I'll meet you out there. Once it's all over. Huh? What's about to happen? Is she gonna knock him out? Bonk. Oof! Oh man, is she protecting him by just knocking him out and making him stay there? KO'd! Carcat's KO'd again. Carcat oofed. That's what KO'd stands for. That's what KO stands for. Carcat oofed. Pleasant dreams, friend. If you can hear me in your dreams. Haha, you probably can't. Pat, pat. F for respects. Well, goodbye, Carcat. Goodbye. I'll see you at the finale. Oh my gosh, is this Calliope and Roxy and Jaspros? They're back! At last it enters this dreadful lull in our recent social patterns. What lull? You've been talking non-stop since you were created. You see, Roxy, we all knew you could find her, especially me. Not to boast, but my faith in your ability to retrieve the cherub wasn't just some saccharine-friendly nonsense, like it was for pretty much everyone else here. It was established in what is now a highly focused understanding of my aspects, as well as these radically magnified feline instincts. Brrr. Yes, good point. It's true that what feline instincts is in no empirical way contribute to one's prognosticative acuity, fair enough. But they really make it feel like my intuition has more credibility than it really deserves. And to the cat portion of my being, that is good enough. Holy shit, am I legitimately pleased with myself right now? Thrills! Is this her, Roxy? Of course this is her. Hello, you beautiful creature. Ooh. Poor, poor Rose. She is trying to smother herself with a pillow. She's just trying to end it all. Oh my goodness. Roxy, she's a treasure. This skull, absolutely exquisite. So smooth to the touch and full of luster. So macabre. So sublimely exsanguinous? Is that actually a word? My girlfriend's like, She would... Huh. Exsanguinous. Destitute of blood, or apparently so. The bloodless carcass of my Hector soul, John Dryden. Also dead, no longer having or seeming to have or expecting to have life. The nerve is dead. Dead pallor. It's marked as a dead man by the assassin. Huh. So it's a word for bloodless, basically. Well, I've learned something new today. Let's see. Quite the fetching artifact to keep propped on such a smartly dressed pair of shoulders. Could you maybe stop pawing at her? It's creepy. The suit! Spectacular! Tailored yourself, I gather? You have no idea what a burning desire I have to get a hair on it, but don't worry, I won't. Oh my god, her eyes! Perfect glass, like a priceless doll's. 'Tis a special friend you pulled from the dead Roxy. Thank you for sharing this gift with us. Oh. Yeah, you know, I know that nobody really mentioned like what voices to do for these, but whatever. Oh, thanks, Pixel Void. I've had years of practice. Just vibrate your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Oh, good. As long as they seem like they're on point. That's all I care about. You there, John's hot mom. They're all calling her John's hot mom. It wasn't a Freudian slip that time I said it deliberately. Kill me. We phantasmal kitty folk don't have much use for disguising the thoughts we think to be true in our minds, nor do we bother to veil attraction to that which we find sexually appealing. Oh my god. Jade's like, oh. Guys, low-key, every time I see, like, the open mouth text expression, like the open mouth emoji, every time I see that, I automatically think of Speed Racer, where, like, they make, like, a surprise noise with their mouth hanging open, like, oh! Or, oh! That's what I hear in my head every time. So, here, to me, in my mind, Jane is like, oh! These ideas I'm having, they're so interesting. Whatever this frame of reference has been all my life, color me glad I'm dead. John's hot mom, did you know you killed me? No, not the girl, the cat, I mean. You were twice culpable in a way. The murder weapon was in your custody and bequeathed to you roundaboutly by you yourself as an aged, ghostly granny woman. Oh my god. The plummet of that gut-crushing tome was the last thing I ever witnessed. Of course, the old woman herself was murdered by the accursed thing too, so one could hardly blame her for pulling a few strings here and there, that it might find another victim. When a bedeviled joke opus is taken with certain individuals, it can be difficult to wrest them away from its favor. Meow, look at me boring you with all the elementary tome trivia everyone knows already. What is this, the kitten corner? The fact is, John's hot mom one time, you in your cornball book, made a pussy pancake out of me. Oh! Oh my gosh, that's true, Rice Milk. Yes, that's true. That's what's killing Rose so much about this, isn't it? Oh my god. That's fantastic. I suppose Roxy had a hand in it too, technically, though it seems Mom had it in her blood to do, well, intended harm to that poor critter I used to be. It's okay though, because she makes up for it with the best funerals. Brrr, they are a treat. Each of my halves received one. I remember you so clearly in that desert as the life drained away and I muddled through the shabby last words of a raffish amateur. I clearly remember, in spite of what a hackneyed showing that was, I still had the presence of mind to be overwhelmed by the sense for how much you cared, and that gives me such a warm emotion right now, to make me want to poof up with a little with friendliness. But these aren't the only memories of death I have, or the only memories of life I had for you. See, I've had many. The lack of, like, commas and stuff is making this difficult to inflect properly. Squaring these sprites, it's a marvelous thing. It opens you up. The selves have become curiously multidimensional, concentrated. I recall the lives of many roses lost, and many jaspers. Maybe even more than 9, wink. Not that any of them matter now. They each chase their own laser pointers to their respective utilities, and now I am all that's left of them. Nor does it matter to the task at hand for which we must prepare, does it, Hot Mom Crocker? Hot Mom Crocker. Yes, that's great. What? For the battle ahead! We are still on healing duty. Didn't anyone tell you yet? No? The game plan is simple. You jumpstart the cadavers while I scoot you around. How does that sound, Cookie Tits? Does it tickle your toe beans? Oh my goodness. Oh! 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 Well, that settles that. Plan of action secured. Maybe it's time for you to go away now. It may very well could be. Farewell, transitorily. My god. Just like the 1-2 punch of Hot Mom Crocker and Cookie Tits. Oh my god. Oh, Homestuck. Why are you Homestuck? Did she just, like, summon a window? That's amazing. Oh, my. That is glorious. Shout pole? Oh my gosh, well she just showed up where Kanaya is now. Hello, Kanaya! Funny meeting you down here in this cave. That is to say, the place I knew you went to and skittered here to visit you in order to find you. Oh my god, that would be amazing, Rice Milk. That would be amazing. Rose, dear God, what happened? What hasn't happened? We've been through a lot, haven't we? Oh my gosh, is she gonna tell Kanaya things like, and Rose isn't even there? Oh my god. We've been through a lot, haven't we? All of us. Reality itself, really. Reality has been through so much and puts people through so much simultaneously. Like the two of us. Reality has put one version or another of you through so many things with one version or another of me. It's all been so sweet and stupid and silly and sad, hasn't it? You'd agree if you could remember. But after I watched your molecules come apart as I lay there dying in the great big neon-skied litter box, there was one thing that occurred to me I never got a chance to say to you. Nuzzle. Oh my god. What a nuzzle. 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 Oh my gosh. So she just like went and nuzzled Kanaya and disappeared. Oh, hello. Is this Doc Scratch's place? No, it's not Doc Scratch's place. I just thought that because there was a green sky in like an apartment building, but nope, this is elsewhere. Oh my gosh, it's the Striders. Dave and Dirk, surely this is where the party's at. Couple of cool cucumbers like you. See, Dirk knows what's up. What with the party pants? I'd call them the cat pajamas. I'd call them the cat's pajamas if that phrase didn't literally describe my ensemble. Eep! Feels like someone just dunked me in a chilly tub. Earth to Strider Bros, does it look like I'm in the mood for a fucking bath? So, this is it? The big reunion comes down to this then? A lot of awkward sitting around while we all gaze at my father's pretty, pretty legs? Boring! I'm a sprite to the second powder, yet what do I find sitting here on this ancient skyscraper? None other than the true squares of the party. Bounce! This is just so delightful. Oh, there's Jake. Surprise, Jade's unintelligent father, and greetings, for it is I, a brand new entity. Oh, there's a pun opportunity there that they missed. Should have been a brand new entity with which you are not familiar. And that bull troll sprite, I guess. And ooh, hey, the last unprototyped kernel. That's sure a tantalizing tidbit worth acknowledging if I ever ogled one. Like a stray toy some idiot chased under the fridge. And they're all just sitting there looking at her. Like, what is this? Look on Jake's face. Hmm? Hey, Oxyton! Well, we've been going for about 45 minutes now. And basically a lot of it is Jaspros doing stuff. Hee! Are they just like looking back and forth at each other? Hee! Okay, looks like you're both really boring too. Sorry to barge in on your weak times. Sniff you later. And whoosh, she disappears. Sorry, I got distracted by something. All right, she's back. Oh God, Rose immediately shoves the pillow back in her face. We could, Altaru Spirit. We could bring Nepeta back and then kill the mayor for fun. Just for tricks and giggles. So it just occurred to me. No! I saw the spare green sprite, and it is like the little blinking light on those Ghostbuster traps, reminding us all it is an empty vessel in need of a lost soul. What? Wait, no. Time out. Ridiculous Cat Rose, I have stood by silently agog at your shenanigans, but I can't let that flagrant piece of misinformation go by unchallenged. Brrr. That's not how the ghost traps work. The light blinks after they catch a ghost. Oh, really? Yes, I just wanted to clear that up before you carry on with more of your silly nonsense. Anyway, please continue. Thanks, Professor Nerd. I'm feeling a lot more knowledgeable about a fake thing now. Now, about that sprite. Which one of you here was concerned with the resurrection of fallen friends? Was it you? It was you, wasn't it? Huh? Regardless, you're the only one left on this lily pad with any vested interest in whatever deceased member of that particular legume exhibit gets to rejoin us. And if my tally is correct, that's 4 torsos, but only 1 kernel. Vriska said that kernel was supposed to be for our potential resurrection purposes, and so was yours. Vriska, who's this now? No, Kant says the name clinks a water bowl. In fact, it sounds very suspiciously like the name of someone who probably scampered off, leaving exactly this kind of moral dilemma to those of us who stayed put. So who is it going to be? A princely young wizard who wrought science through a wand? Or a fishy young princess who never spoke once to Lalonde? What about other guy, the one thought half dead only? Or the girl who likes ships, 'cause they made her less lonely? Meowsers, what a mystery! Oh, please bring back Nepeta. Please just straight up bring back Nepeta. Oh my god, what is that? But seriously, that's all for me tonight, folks. I've sincerely adored hogging all of your attention, and you've been wonderful. Trills into the night. Page 7671, OMG. Well, Tedious Rose, that is this next page. So what is on this next page? Yeah, she's just gonna bring Nepeta back, isn't she? Yes! Yes, do that! Do that! Do that! Do that! Holy crap, what is this now? Oh my god. Wow, 10 path options. Wait a minute. You click and click, but nothing happens. Wait, hold on. So this one's highlighted, but the others aren't. Let me read through this first. You click and click, but nothing happens. This path selection screen seems to be broken. Looks like free will got greedy and overloaded with overloaded the thing with choice, rendering the graphic up there completely useless. Except you guess is a cool rollover thingy. For the first time ever in the over 9,000 page history of this website, you begin to feel slightly deceived. Oh, how you would have loved to taste the fruit of free will one last time before this wild ride jerks our bodies to a deadly stop. Alas, it is not to be. You must proceed through all of these options linearly, one by one. You click the link below as usual. So I just click and nothing happens. Choose your characters. I cannot. Oh my gosh, let's see. So we've got so this is like the Strider Bros conversation. This is a bunch of people. Bunch more people. Well, a couple people. Actually, I could, if I stopped, I could, like, remember everyone. So there's, like, a couple of Strider conversations. And stuff like that. Anyway. I've been deceived! Anyway, let's carry on. Actually, I'm gonna get another cup of coffee, and then we will continue. So I'll be right back, folks. Hello, everyone. I'm back. And also, there are cats behind me. Right there. And also slightly above. Anyway, yes, I sincerely hope that Jaspros is off to bring back Nepeta. Oh, Dave and Dirk, here we go. So, that was pretty fucking weird, huh? Yeah. That was your sister? Sorta. But I guess she fused with her dead cat or something. Dead cat? The bottom line is we turned our back for 2 seconds and a shenanigan happened. Pretty much business as usual. At least that's how it rolls for us. I don't care about you guys here. No, yeah, that's pretty much true here too. Yeah, I turned my back once. Never again. What happened? A muscular troll took my sprite. I then acquiesced into merging him with my jackass pair of sunglasses. Oh, right, that guy. Yeah. So, wow, this is a really awkward. Just looking around. Sitting around awkwardly, not knowing what to say. So indeed. So is pretty much the thing we're saying. That's, our conjunction of choice, it seems. Fuck. I guess you all pretty much showed up then. Yeah, pretty much. Like, before I even got back. After the werewolf girl appeared and... Wait, what happened with that? It's just like, the whole story, man, mostly involving Vriska. Vriska? If you knew her, you'd know that's all I had to say. You'd be like, oh, it's a Vriska thing, okay, got it, forget I asked. She brought you here too, actually. Then she jumped her ass in that window to go do whatever crazy bullshit she thinks needs getting done. Oh, right, her. Then, I guess Stuff in this session is pretty much sorted out finally. Shrug. Maybe. And we're about to do battle? Seems like it. Oh, are we ready for that? Kind of. Carcat made some drawings, so are you ready? I guess. I've got like a sword and shit. Cool, me too. Yeah, I know. Mine's not that good. That's too bad. What type of sword? It's Welsh. I mean, possibly fake Welsh? I'm not that sure. Well, mine's good. I know. It's Japanese? For real? No, I don't know. Probably fake Japanese. Fake Japanese? Kinda like how all anime probably takes place in some kind of fake Japanese universe? Something like that. That's cool. Tough getting a sword from a place like that. Yeah. And now Dave's looking around, trying to think of what to say next. So awkward. So, when are we supposed to fight? God, I hope soon. Oh my god. Alright, so that's that conversation. Looks like we're going to this next conversation with a bunch of people. Oh, wait. Oh, cool, so when I hover over it now, there's like a little scene there. That's cool. Do. Oh my gosh, wait, like, oh my god, I just noticed in the center, it's like the reader. Like, here you are. Here's the reader. It's like, oh. Check him every time. Okay, will do. Okay, now that that little episode seems to be over, Roxy, maybe you can introduce us to your friend for real this time? Rose, I think you can come out from under the pillow now. No. Yeah, so like the hilarious Cheshire Cat Rose already pointed out, this is my friend from the dead, Callie, and she's super pretty. Oh. She was my web friend on lines for a long time, and Jane's too. Jane, you just saw her, but here she is again, alive and everything. Here she is again, alive and everything. Hi, so good to see you again. Yes, likewise, Jane. And without your troll Sona, no less. This is your true form, I presume? I think both Roxy and the enthusiastic cat girl are correct. Your natural appearance is quite handsome. Gosh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to reply to such remarks. Maybe it's because I can't bring myself to agree, no matter how nice it is for you to say so. I hear ya. Taking compliments can be kinda hard sometimes. Like, if it's a weird subject for you, we can lay off. Callie, you're surrounded by ass kissers. You should allow me to lick your face so I can make an objective determination. Damn it, Terezi! It's the only way we'll know for sure. Though, if I'm being honest, you smell pretty ugly from where I'm standing. Oh my god, you are terrible. Please, John. I did not mean that in an unflattering way. I think having a skull for a head is pretty sick. If given the choice, I might rock the look myself. But I wouldn't stand for a bunch of cloying weenies sitting around calling me pretty. If that's how people reacted, what would even be the point of looking like a badass skull girl in the first place? Oh, I guess that is your opinion on that then. Thanks for sharing, Terezi. Don't listen to her, Callie. She's a weirdo. So anyway, regardless of how you feel about yourself, or whatever thing a rude troll may have to say, I think you are very cute. Even though you look a lot like your terrible brother, the fact that you are nice inside makes a huge difference. I think that when you're a really good person deep down instead of an evil jerk, the skull monster look becomes a lot more charming. Wow, thank you. You met my brother? Yeah, he's garbage. I'm really sorry you had to grow up with him. Me too. I roughed him up a bit though, so it's all good. Ripped his cape pretty good too. He has a cape now? Not anymore. Ooh. Hey, look, there it is. Nice. What? The ring. I helped track it down through time for Roxy so she could give it to you. It's so cool to see that it works. Yes, I feel so much more substantial now. You must be a really good friend to her for her to want to bring you back so much. Yes, she's as good a friend as I could ever hope for. But then, since you helped, I suppose I owe you just as much gratitude, don't I? Nah, not really. If I had to save the ring anyway, and it just seemed like the right thing to do, giving it to her since she was so... Oh, sorry. I started that with the word if, and there's no if there, and that just kind of changed it all. Nah, not really. I had to save the ring anyway, and it just seemed like the right thing to do, giving it to her, since she was so worried about you. It should be a nice thing that is between her and you. I'm just a middleman. Hehe, okay. Wait, what's going on? We're all slowly changing into Nepeta with her ship wall? Yes. I can get on board with that. Anyway, it's really nice to meet the person who finally gets to wear the highly touted ghost ring. It probably means you're pretty special to end up with it. What do you think you will do with your life now that you're alive and free from your jerky bro? Ooh, wow. I hadn't thought about it. The idea is overwhelming, really. Well, don't sweat it. You'll have a lot of time to figure it out. It's kind of the point of life, right? Take a lot of time floundering around, figuring stuff out. The answer will come to you eventually. You should just try to have fun. Yep, that's pretty much life. Flounder about, figuring things out, and try to have fun. Yo, Troll Grouch. John is so nice. It's fucking me up. I know, it's disgusting. Excuse me, Callie? What happened after I woke up? We were all following that mysterious path. Did you and Jade discover where that led? Yes, I met my other self. Oh, so you found her then? Indeed. Or more likely, the timing in the furthest ring was right. Perhaps she sensed me in some way and untangled a path through the darkness. In other words, it feels more as though I was summoned, rather than being the one to find her. She seems tremendously powerful. She is also quite frightening. Frightening? Not that I think she is dangerous or has ill intent. My impression was very much to the contrary. Still, while speaking to her, I can't remember ever feeling so nervous. Not even my brother made me feel that way. Her demeanor was so severe and chilling, and so unlike mine, I think. Maybe that's why you felt weird, seeing a version of you that wasn't like you at all? Maybe. So, what happened? Not much. My presence there essentially freed her from that place, according to a pact she made with Echidna. Then she and Jade then left. To do what? I do not know. That is when Roxy found me. So, you were only there to release her. Are you sure there isn't something important for you to do now that you're alive and with us? I doubt it. For one thing, I have virtually no useful abilities. I don't mean to badger you, I'm just wondering how you fit into all this. Getting to wear a one-of-a-kind ring and returning to join a group about to wage a pivotal battle, that strikes me as the profile of someone meant to do something important. What do you think you'll do? Maybe it doesn't have to work that way, though. What if those are just some facts about her, which let her come back to life, but they don't have to mean anything other than that? Like, anything about having to do some huge fancy thing? I guess so. First, Dave tells me human beings don't have arcs, and now you're telling me the culmination of an epic doesn't require a messianic archetype to return from the dead, thereby providing the key to everyone's salvation? I wonder what sturdy and time-tested narrative construct Jade is going to debunk whenever she wakes up. Maybe she will lay waste to the notion of endgame ships. Carcat won't be happy about that. Oh my god, that's great. Huh? Okay, I don't know what stuff you're going on about there, but I just don't think she would feel like she has to do anything she doesn't want to. I think the truth is I won't be doing much of anything. My other self told me as much. Her advice was to just live and exist as the version of us for whom that is an actual possibility. She's the one who will be doing important things. How so? She didn't say. Isn't that just how it always is with alt selves? So cryptic. Hey guys, it's been cool having y'all meet Callie and such, but you think she and I could have a moment alone? Got some stuff I want to talk about. Alright. Are they like sitting further apart now? Hold on a sec. I want to go back to that page real quick. They are sitting further apart now. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. So meanwhile, Roxy is chatting with Callie. Or those other four are hanging out with each other. So next looks like it's going to be Vriska and Mina, it looks like. Yep. Vriska and Mina. Oh, but this is not the retcon Vriska. This is the Vriska from before, right? Before the retcon, pre-retcon. Oh, and it looks like they've denoted it by putting her in parentheses. You know, I've got to say, I've really turned around on horses. What? Horses. I used to hate them, remember? I developed this weird superstition about them, about how they're cursed or something, and when they're around, they can only lead to bad things happening. Don't you remember how I was going on and on about that a while ago at the amusement park? Oh, guess so. But we've been hanging around them for a while now, and everything's been fine. More than fine, actually. This isn't gonna go well, is it? So yeah, horses are okay in my book. What do you think, Mina? About what? Horses! They okay. Kinda dumb and smelly. Be making like fucked up sounds about their big ass snouts and floppy lips. Yeah. Reminds me of the weird sounds that used to come from my neighbor's hive at weird hours of the night. The fuck? Don't even ask because I don't know. Scoot! So enough about stupid animals whose presence have no rational explanation anyway. What do you want to do today? Today? Yeah. There is no today. You know what I mean. Within the ambiguous time frame that would loosely correlate with a single rotation of a planet. Any ideas? Nah. Come on! We can't just spend all our days hanging out in this idyllic, bizarrely paleted cliffscape with all these stinking idiot quadrupeds. We should go exploring some more bubbles. We explored an awful lot already. Ain't they sort of all the same by now? I mean, roughly speaking, yeah. They're all arbitrary memory collages, I guess. But there's always something new to see every time. Whose ridiculous memory will we visit next? Like, some nutty version of Kanaya who became a god tier in some totally ludicrous version of our session? Or maybe a version of John who never even played the game at all. Maybe he went outside to look for the game, and his fatherly Lucis backed over him with his car. Or what about your friends? They're always fun. Like, Nepeta's ancestor, the deaf one? She's a riot. Plus she has a fascinatingly dark history with which her memories always seem to hint at. Or Eridan's douchier clone. I know you have a great time whenever you get the chance to own him. So what do you say? I don't know. But you seem kind of bored. If you're bored, doesn't it make sense to get out and try to have fun? Not really. But why? Because it doesn't sound that fun. It just sounds like the same shit as always. Like, exactly the same, exactly like dreams. Dreams? They are dream bubbles after all. Yeah, but I don't... Dreams are also like a crazy fantasy ride full of fake shit that makes no sense. It's a great time in theory. And I guess when you're younger it's fun. Maybe even look forward to sleeping. To see what the great Mr. Sand Clam has in store for you next. But after sweeps and sweeps of dreaming, you get used to it. It's just the same bogus crap your stupid brain is just shuffling up and serving you again and again. So you stop paying attention and just ride out your sleep. then get back to business in the real world like a legit person with cool plans. Huh. I don't think I've ever had the same experience, honestly. Sounds like kind of a bummer to look at dreaming that way. I've always liked dreaming. I mean, unless they were awful dreams, which was fairly often. But I'd never say I really got bored of them. Yeah, well, you are a bit younger than me. I am? Huh. Yeah, I guess so. I never thought about it. Then again, we fuchsia ladies, we sorta had to get used to being around people. People younger than us over our full lives. Like, much younger. Or at least I'd have to if I was actually alive. I guess you're right about that too. That's pretty fucked up to think about, actually. That if you were alive, you'd have to deal with existing nearly forever. It's almost as fucked up as the fact that you have to exist nearly forever while dead, too. Hey. Huh? Are you okay? Yup. You seem really down. No, I'm cool. Are you sure? Nah, maybe not. Don't matter. What's wrong? Nothing. You know you can talk to me, right? Yeah. So tell me. I don't know what's wrong. I'd tell you if I knew. Are you depressed? Shrug. Sounds to me like you may be depressed about something, or just in general. I don't know. Damn, Fishka. Hey, it's okay to be depressed. I think just because you're dead, that doesn't necessarily let you off the hook from having psychological problems. I'm pretty sure I proved that to myself on more than one occasion already. Yeah. So talk to me, maybe I can help. Yeah. What's the big deal? I don't wanna. Mina. What? I'm not good at, like, talking about me. That's all you ever talk about. No, I mean in a non-aggrandizing way. Oh. Uh-oh, here comes retcon Vriska. Question marks? Sorry if I'm interrupting whatever the fuck is going on here, but I'm afraid I'm gonna need that treasure. Wait, which treasure? Uh-oh, the Vriskas are gonna throw down. Oh my gosh. Are John and Jane talking about troll sodas? Oh my gosh. Oh, Vriska wants the house thinger? So meanwhile, Roxy and Calliope are talking about the ring and also dead tier Calliope. Dave's just lying down. I forget, what does the red box do again? We've seen the red box before, right? Or is that something else? I totally forget. Oh, it's the Juju chest. Okay. Oh, right. That's the thing carrying the house that John, like, stuck his hand into and he, like, ended up, like, all over time and space. Got it. Yes, okay. I remember that now. I remember that now. Okay. Alright, so Roxy and Calliope having a sidebar. Hey! Hope you don't mind I pulled you off to the side like this. Away from other nice pals for a little one-on-one Rox and Cal time. I might be greedy as shit. I don't mind at all. I'm still getting used to the concept of in-person socialization at all, let alone with many people. And yes, you may be greedy, but if so, then so am I by the exact same standard. Fuck yes! Like a couple of friendship burglars picking each other's pockets all shifty-eyed and looking out for cops. But also giggling, I guess, because that is in the spirit of the scenario in question. Yes. I can't believe you're really here. It hardly seems real. After all these years, and how you were just like a mystery friend online, and then how worried I was we might lose you for good, but now, wow. I know! So you and Jade were hanging out? Yes, it was great. We drew and told stories. I heard you died, so I was holding out some hope that you would show up too. And you did eventually, just not the version of you I expected. I never dared to think you would bring me this gift. Well, I swore I would, and John kinda double swore he would help. Damn, the kid is persistent. I like him, he is easy to talk to. Yeah, I've read about him, of course. The reality of someone standing in front of you is quite different from what you read about them in a text. But then, I have no idea how accurate anything I read is anymore. I always believed I was in possession of the texts which decoded your future, and I behaved toward all of you in that sly and knowing manner, avoiding spoilers and such. That was probably presumptuous of me, though. In hindsight, I clearly didn't know that much. I certainly didn't read anything about my own involvement. I never could have imagined being here. You were still helpful, though. You were the force in our lives that gave us hope that we could all get together someday. Going down that road has been crazy, and by no means a smooth ride. I'm losing count of all the times it looked like everything was about to break or catch fire, or actually did break and catch fire, resulting in loads of dismay. But when you look back, every time things went to shit, there was always something constructive about that turn of events. Something that was necessary for the good outcome to happen at all. So whenever something stupid happens, like some a-hole gets a bonehead idea to steal a ring and then everyone dies horribly, and at the time you think you're just gonna curl up and cry yourself into weepy non-existence, maybe those aren't even bad realities. Maybe they're as important as any. And so are all the experiences that you had in them. And so are the experiences of everyone who died. Because you don't just get to say your experiences are more important or significant just because you happen to be someone who survived longer. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm grateful you let me go on this adventure, and not even in spite of the hardship it involved. I just had a little time to think about it in the Firefly nothing space, and I think all of it was good. I'm happy that I could play such a role in your lives. I don't know if I deserve much credit for these positive revelations about your journey, though. You are the one who has been on the adventure. I have barely taken my first step. I spent all my life in my room, and then every moment in the afterlife cowering in fear. It's only now that true participation is even a possibility. But even so, I really doubt I'll have much to offer. My other self, who I just released, I think she is poised to do something much more significant. What do you think she'll do? I have no clue. But she told you to live, right? Yes. By which I can only assume she meant, yo, live it up, girl. Like, go shopping or something. Or rocket down the highway in a convertible with cash flying out the back. Oh my god. Heh. That is not the sort of sentiment I can imagine coming from her under any circumstance. But yes, maybe something to the effect of encouraging me to enjoy my existence, as communicated by a more typical, truly asocial member of my species. Really, what I took from it was, she is the real one, with all the power and relevance now, and I am the spare, a civilian in a sense, like in a war. And the only use for civilians from a militaristic mindset are as those who live their lives in whatever completely irrelevant way they choose to. They are the collateral at stake, the ones for whom the war is theoretically fought, but whose lifestyles, choices, happiness and such hold no concern whatsoever for those fighting on their behalf. This is the mindset of cherubs of her alignment. As protectors, it is the relationship they have with those they protect. And so that is probably the relationship she believes she has with me. You make it sound like she is the legit Callie and you're the afterthought. Like the one from the funky reality that didn't go right. Technically, her timeline was doomed by her predomination alone. Even so, yes, it does feel as though my reality was the oddity. Cherubs were never supposed to grow up like me, exposed to other caring people and learning from them. It made me different and unfit to predominate. Yet, ironically, this was the requisite for the timeline's success. And it was necessary for you all to begin your journey. It was necessary for you all to begin your journey as well. So this seems like an example of what I was just saying, actually. The story of the two Callies. Neither is really more important. Oh, hey, random guy. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Neither is really more important, and your timelines can't really be described as the good one or the bad one. There were good and bad things about both ways stuff went down, and different qualities to the people you became. Her life sounds like it was harsh and lonely in its own way, but it sort of paid off because she got to beat her brother. But then got arbitrarily punished for that outcome because it wasn't supposed to happen. And then finally you meet her and free her, or something. So she presumably gets to go off and do something badass? Then there's you, who had probably an even more challenging upbringing, getting so hassled by your bro. And he killed you, I guess, because the way the deck was shuffled and he had the edge this... And he killed you, I guess because the way the deck was shuffled, he had the edge this time. But the upshot was you got to have all these great friends who cared about you. And it helped you become the nice person you are, who means a lot to other people. And now, you get to live whatever kind of life you want, and be completely free from all the crummy stuff you grew up with. Who cares if you aren't as strong as her, and don't have the wicked powers she does, or some important mission to do. You both came from perfectly legitimate realities, and IMHO, you are both equally valuable. And both of those realities seem to be tied together. She can't do her mysterious badass thing unless you make it all the way through your journey and free her. And your reality was the thing setting the stage for this huge multiversal vortex of problems which, after a cajillion fucking epics, she was always meant to resolve in some way. And that doesn't mean your life was like a means to an end in a big cosmic sense. I think it's more like you are the end, or one of the ends. You and me and everyone who made it and everyone who didn't. So that means you don't have to be able to do a lot of super special shit to validate your identity as the real version of yourself. The only validation you need is being who you are, because no one can be that person but you. That is some, like, real talk that Roxy's laying down right now. I feel like this kind of just sums up life. Be who you are, because no one can be that person but you. Amen indeed. Those are very inspiring things to hear, Roxy. I hope you are right. Oh, but even so, I think I would still like to be useful. You can be. You can help me out. How? I know you aren't God tier or anything, or probably never did much to get in touch with your aspect, but maybe that doesn't matter. You're space, right? Yes, a muse of space. Sounds cool. It is cool, I think. Especially having seen what I could have been. No, but that potential has to be inside you somewhere. Actually, it's one reason why I wanted you to be with me here for a while. Aside from catch up a bit. What do you need me to do? Nothing really. Just be here with me while I try this. I don't know why, but I feel like your presence will help. And if nothing else, I just like having you here. Makes me feel better about trying to focus on this weird little chore. But you think my aspect is relevant? Maybe. I think space is related to this in some abstract way I can't put my finger on. I gotta make this egg, see? Ooh, but it isn't really just an egg. It's this hella complicated egg in both its biological design and everything it represents for the future of an entire civilization. And I don't have the genetic or chemical or molecular blueprints for it or anything. I have to figure it out using just thought, like ideas. Ideas that are really basic and live in this primordial sort of quasi-consciousness. So I have to build the idea of this egg in some way before I do anything. Which means trying to grasp its reality and what it represents. It's like a funky little construct of biological propagation. And I think that intersects with the nature of space, at least as we have come to understand it. The propagation of space is really just some profound cosmological feat of reproduction. That is, a literally biological process, right? Pretty much. So, to make this egg, as a rogue of void, What I'm really doing here is something kind of insane. You yourself told me once how I'd be able to do this crazy shit. I did. I'll be like probing nothingness for an idea. A pretty complicated idea in this case. And pulling that idea from unreality. So maybe if I'm right, and a closer connection to the nature of space will help me locate that idea, almost like standing next to an antenna to boost the signal of that idea, then maybe my chances will be better. And hey, even if not, it's just nice to have a friend nearby while you're trying to do something hard. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Alright, so Dave's lying down. Dirk gets up and walks over to him now, so that's what's going on. Meanwhile, Roxy's gonna try and make the matriorb. Over on the left side, they're talking about... Oh my gosh, there's like... spade relationship going on. Talking about... Jaspros. Kanaya. Yes, black flirting, exactly. And Harry Anderson. Alright, Surcat fighting is happening. And it looks like Mina is like daydreaming about swimming with dolphins. Alright. Next conversation. I'll hold on to your videos until we get to the end of stream, of course. Alright, let's carry on. So John and Jane are talking now. What do you think they're talking about over there? I suspect Roxy wanted some time to catch up with an old friend. I'm sure I would want the same even if I hadn't just had an extensive reunion with her myself. Yeah, I guess we should just chill out and give them a moment. It isn't quite time to head to our battle stations yet, so we might as well try to relax until it is. I imagine it's a lot easier to relax when another version of yourself hasn't been hijacked by your dead cat. Yeah, it probably is. Maybe you should try not to let her bug you, Rose. She seems harmless enough. Plus, she's pretty funny. Sounds suspiciously like the advice of someone who has never had to deal with an outlandish alternate version of himself. Hey, I've bumped into other Johns a few times. Can't say the experience has been anything other than perfectly agreeable. You mean Johns that were essentially time duplicates in the course of your retcon quest? Yes. Those don't count. Those were just regular Johns. What I'm saying is, you never had to deal with the John who was like half Harry Anderson, half Maplehoof, and half Maplehoof, the dear departed pony. Wow, that sounds great. Come to think of it, you're the only one of us who hasn't. I mean, of our original group of friends. Dave had Bird Dave, Jade had Dog Jade, and now I have... Cat Rose. Why were you let off the hook? I don't know. Guess you guys are just luckier than me. Even putting aside the wildly unwelcome body horror slapstick routine she represents, and the machine gun salvo of opprobrious remarks and conduct which my cat is apparently capable of releasing from my subconscious, I'm not sure where this leaves me. What do you mean? I felt like I understood my place. I'd gotten myself in order somewhat. My, beverage decisions had gotten more reasonable. I was ready to bear down and play my part in finishing this. I could even handle a stray rose sprite brought to my doorstep by my sweet imbecile of a pet. Idiotic though that was, I was still clearly Rose Prime. But can I really claim that now? She's a sprite squared? How is that even a thing? Can someone tell me how that's even a thing? I can't tell you how that's even a thing. I think we're all just as flabbergasted as you at its thinginess. What's next? Is there a sprite cubed? Or a... let's not even entertain this avenue of thought. The point is, she must be quite powerful, insightful, and in spite of the beast she rents headspace out to, intelligent as well. Doesn't she arguably have more claim to being real Rose than I do? I don't think being the real Rose necessarily means being the one who is more outgoing and chatty and powerful and stuff. I'm not sure it means anything? I think maybe we should try to drop the stuff about who is the real version of who anyway. It's weird and it just hurts people's feelings. I don't care if my feelings are hurt though, I just want to know where I stand. I really don't think she's that threatening to you. Believe me, you still seem like the Rose I always knew, whereas she doesn't quite. It seems to me like she is a lot more interested in having fun and zipping around like a silly lunatic than usurping you as the main Rose. Sure, that's what she wants you to think. But why do you care? I thought I heard the other Rose say before she was a cat that she liked the idea of being some sort of backup Rose. Do you not feel that way too? That was a different context. I probably would have felt the same way if I found myself in her exact situation. Jasperos changes everything though. Now I feel a certain responsibility, like I have to really step up. Step up? Yes, to make sure I stay regarded as the exemplary model. To provide assurance that the concept of Roseness itself doesn't degrade due to black market peddlers of substandard shit. Basically, I need to defend the integrity of the brand. Oh my god. What? Nothing. I just missed you so much. My brand missed you too, John. Your brand has good taste in friends and kicks ass. Nerds! Hey, how do you think Kanaya and Karkat are doing? They're probably getting a stern earful of roiling monster patois right about now. Do you think they'll be successful? At what? At talking to a monster? I don't know. I think Karkat will successfully fail to understand the monster, and possibly also successfully shout at the monster. Kanaya, I think, will probably successfully do something sensible in response to whatever the monster demands. And I'm gonna clean my glasses off for a sec. They're all smudgy, and now I can't read the screen, because I'm blind. Or at least very nearsighted. Okay. So, you think they're going to pull it off then? I'm not sure what it is, but yes. Well, the idea was to release the frog, I think. You think so? That's what Vriska said. Vriska says a lot of things. That's the basic idea, yes. But monsters can be complicated. Regardless, I think the right person was summoned to handle it. You really trust Kanaya, don't you? Sure. Not to change the subject too hard into something maybe you don't want to talk about because of your brand, but I think you make a nice couple. You do? Yes, I thought so last time I was hanging out with you both in the screwed up timeline, but I didn't say anything then. I think it's still true. I'm glad it didn't change when I retconned some things. I am too. Maybe that means it's a strong relationship? If it can survive, God, whatever the hell happened. A hard 3-year reboot and then the sudden presence of Vriska? When you put it that way, it really does sound like you were trying to fuck us up. Haha, nerds. Oh, hey Harp, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Terezi, shoosh. What? I have just been minding my own business, and in no way whatsoever saying anything directed at a couple of silly nerds saying dorky things. No, you said nerds twice. You always say nerds when in earshot of other people who are just being friendly. Isn't it weird how you are making this observation and no one else is? What? No. Meaning, maybe I only say it when the pair of nerds in earshot happens to include you. Spade. Ah, what was that look? What look? That look you just gave me. I didn't give you a look, dingus. Yes, you did. Don't look at me like that. Whatever look you think I gave you, it was in your imagination. It is possible you may be flattering yourself, Egbert. Oh, whatever. Hey, what are you even still doing here? Weren't you gonna go with Dave and get ready for battle? Yes. I'm just giving him and his bros some time to themselves first. I'm sure they could use it, and whatever the hell is going on between them, the last thing I want to do is involve myself. That sounds even more awkward than lingering around you goofy bunch of nerds being all cute and mushy with your human family and friendship stuff. Yeah, but you sure do sound put off by it. All hanging on our every word and such. Takes a will of iron, trust me. Uh-huh. But yeah, I actually do agree. It does sound pretty awkward to be around Dave and his bro while they get to know each other, I guess? Yep. I am not sure how well Dave even really knew his adult bro, actually. Aside from bogusly idolizing him, in a way that was really transparent that he didn't. I wonder how different Dirk is from him, if at all. I wouldn't be the one to ask. What do you think, Rose? I don't think there's anyone who can answer that. I suspect literally no one in the history of anywhere has ever met both people. Until, as of now, Dave himself. I hope Dave's okay. So now Dave is like set up like his his like workstation or something. I don't know if he's like doing that to like try and ignore Dirk or if he's like showing Dirk something. But I guess we'll find out. Meanwhile, everyone's wondering what Roxy and Callie are doing. Mina is dreaming about raking in the big boon bucks. Roxy is trying to do the thing. They're all looking at Roxy. Let's go to the next thing. Oh, it's Carcat's crab top. Okay, gotcha. I was trying to remember, like, wait, what is that? Okay. Roxy's trying to do the thing. Callie is sitting there, encouraging, / being an antenna. She's concentrating. Concentrating. Space is happening around her. Ooh, more space is happening. Ooh, looks like an Alternia. Oh wow, she's like reaching way back into like history and stuff. Like all the ancestors and whatnot. Wow, there's a lot of different symbols and stuff happening here. Oh, does she just latch on to the idea of the matriorb? Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's some extended Zodiac stuff in there. Holy crap, she did it! Callie's like, oh! Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. Oh my god, victory. She is dancing in victory. Egg! Roxy did it! She made the matriorb! She conjured the matriorb out of nothing! Nothing! Oh, well now Dirk is laying down while Dave is on the crab top. Oh my gosh. So, Jaspros is back apparently. Meanwhile, Mina is still fantasizing over like being rich and fawned upon. Roxy and Callie are flying away to go off somewhere. Alright, so what's next? Jaspros and Jane, apparently. Oh, are we gonna get more Hot Mom stuff? John's Hot Mom? Alright, well there's Jaspros. Oh, I love the look on Rose's face. It's me again! Cat sounds, stretch. Ugh. Miss me, Rose? Did you know I love you? Weird thing for me to say and you to hear, probably. I inherited the adoration our cat had for you, which now strangely is directed with the exact same intensity at myself, because I'm you! Funnily enough, this manifests itself in a particularly acute form of narcissism, which is something we were already sort of afflicted by, and so was our cat by the very nature of the sort of animal he was. The bottom line is, I'm pretty twisted up inside in all the most beautiful ways, and it's wonderful. It really isn't. Oh, she's pinching her cheek. As much as I enjoy getting a load of what gorgeous whiskerless, getting a load of that gorgeous whiskerless mug of yours. It's not actually why I dropped by. I'm here on a curt matter of business with Jane. Huh? We have to prepare for our healing duties, hammer out a strategy and such, really sink our claws into the expensive upholstery of that problem. But first, I have somewhere to take you. What? Where? This is pretty adorable. Oh my gosh, off they go. The look on Jane's face. There is someone you really must meet before we start skidding across the great laminated floor of combat. As the ghostly spiritual guide of whomever my whims decide I should be serving at any given moment, I can't allow another second to pass without introducing the two of you. Who? This way! Oh my goodness. This is fantastic. What? Where are we now? Oh my gosh, did you just like toss Jane like up against the wall? Oh my gosh. Jane should definitely have a concussion right now, but... Oh, they're back on Jane's planet. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, friends. Oh, hello. Jane is squinting. Oh my gosh, Nana Sprite. Oh my gosh, Jane is meeting Nana Sprite. Jane's meeting herself. Woohoo! Oh, this is a great reaction. Oh? Oh, this is fabulous. Meet yourself, Jane. Alright, so Dave has packed up the crab top. They're talking about stuff. Mina is now daydreaming about making out with a golden statue of herself. Roxy and Callie aren't even there anymore. A lot of shit talking. Oh, they're flying off elsewhere. Jane has met her mom. I mean, not her mom, herself. What am I talking about? Herself. She's met herself. Although, maybe in some weird roundabout way, she is also her own mother. Who knows? I don't even know anymore. Okay, so more Roxy and Calliope coming up. Excuse me. I yawned. Alright. You can stay here with the others until this all blows over. And with who exactly? Jade! She's sleeping. Please keep an eye on her, okay? Oh yes, of course. I'd be happy to. Also, a man they call the mayor is here. I don't know much about the dude myself, but apparently he is a hell of a guy. Give him my regards. I will. And sacrifice him to bring back Nepeta. I will. Okay, so she dropped off Callie to watch over Jade. And also hang out with the mayor. Yeah, we're getting close to the Strider conversation, aren't we? So maybe we will get there. Who knows? We're on page, like, what, 7730 now. So we're, like, what, around 400 pages from the end of this now? So, yeah, if we make it through this, I'll come back for you, and then we figure out what happens next. I can't wait. Hope you're not sick of hearing it yet, but I'm still so psyched you're with us. Of course I'm not sick of it. It's just... Huh? Callie, in times such as these, you know, words have trouble cutting it. Come here. Are they gonna hug and or make out? Keep me in your thoughts, okay? In the luckiest and magicest way you know how. I will, Roxy. Now, if you'll excuse me. I got a delivery to make. She does have a delivery to make. Oh man, we are back to the Strider conversation, aren't we? I don't know if that means they're actually going to talk yet, but... Oh, now they're sitting back together. They're sitting back together. Trezzy and John are talking about all kinds of stuff now. Rose, like, has a hate crush on Jaspros. Mina is still daydreaming while the Vrishkas are fighting. Rose is daydreaming about murdering Jaspros. The happy look on her face. Roxy is flying off. Jaspros is just doing Jaspros stuff. Callie's hanging out with the mayor. And now, Dave and Dirk. Maybe we should go over this again, because honestly, I'm still not sure I get it. What? Who are we actually fighting again? Jack Noir? Yeah, well, one version of Noir. There's a shitload of them though. Which one is this? He's yours. Ours? Yeah, the one from your session. But our Jack spent months in prison. Well, I guess he broke out. He's kind of like a huge fucking deal now. When did this happen? I have no idea. I wasn't there. I guess neither was I. He's got Lord English powers, though. He's apparently, like, just wretched fucking news. Damn. He's gonna be hard to beat. Even armed with the ultimate weapon. Some swords. Sounds like some shit's gonna go down. Let's not downplay our sword gambit, though. I have yet to encounter a problem where a sword didn't factor into the solution in at least some way. I bet. Bear in mind, I haven't actually solved many problems over the course of my life, but the ones I have, man, swords proved hells of instrumental. What do you mean you didn't solve many problems? Didn't you, like, program robots and stuff? I guess I meant real problems, involving people. Oh, those. We're on page 7734. 7734. 7735 now, actually, since I just clicked over. So, Jack has Lord English powers? Yup. Does that have anything to do with Jake? Not according to my current understanding of a mostly nonsensical body of information. What does it actually mean then? Not sure. Mostly that he's really hard to kill, I think. Okay, well, that's decent intel at least. He might be too vulnerable to Welsh things. He might be vulnerable to Welsh things too. Don't quote me on that because it will make me sound like an idiot. Alright. Do you know when he arrives? I already said I don't know. Right. Guesstimate? Not soon enough is my best guess, and I guess also my opinion? Oh. So awkward. Is everything alright? Sure. It just seems like maybe you aren't that into this. Or at least not as much as I was. Whenever I imagined the possibility of us meeting. Were you? Yeah. I guess I'm not doing a very good job of showing it now. I think that's probably just what I'm like, though. You don't say. I mean, when it comes to people in general. But probably especially people who are an important part of my life. So, you think I'm an important part of your life? Yes? You don't actually know me, though. Not this me. And I'm pretty sure you didn't know the other guy either. That's true. What is it about me that's important, then? I'm not sure how to answer. Why? Because I'm getting the sense that you might disapprove of whatever I might say. Maybe you'll think it's weird that I idolized some version of you that I never knew? Idolized? See? It seems like you think it's weird. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. They're finally actually like starting to have a conversation. I don't know if it's weird, I just can't process it. Why? Because maybe not anything to do with you per se, but how I view my bro. And I've got to say, meeting you, it's not rocking my world here, or upending any paradigms or whatever. Listening to you and looking at you, it really just reminds me of him. I know you're different and all, and also like a kid, I guess, but you don't feel that different. And hearing anything like that, like about idolization, or like you were actually looking forward to this in any sincere way, it's kind of fucking jarring. Huh. So, like, things between you and me, from your perspective, are we, like, not cool? Oh, I plan to see this conversation through, don't worry. I'm not going to stop in the middle of this conversation. Well, here's well, I guess. I didn't fucking like you that much, okay? Oh. Why not? Honestly, I don't know if I want to get into it. Okay. Yeah, this combo does seem super important. Wait, was there any difference between this panel and the last panel? Oh, cloud moving, basically. Just a cloud moving. Clouds moving. Clouds still moving. Clouds continuing to move. Time passes in silence. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay, actually, maybe I will get into it. Oh, here we go. I don't know why my friends got to have adults around who cared about them. They complained bitterly about stuff, so I guess I convinced myself they were all in the same boat as me. But that's not how it was. Their complaints were trumped up nonsense, and I bought it cause, I don't know, I didn't have any frame of reference. But his dad and her mom, no matter what they said, it was so obvious they cared about them deeply. Even Jade's weird fucking grandpa who died when she was young obviously would have done anything for her. Why did I get such a raw cut of the asshole deck? Why did it take me so long to figure that out? And like, he's dead now, so that's that. So all that's left to do is look back and try to put the pieces together my first 13 years, and all I could think of is, what the fuck was that? I don't come away with the impression I used to try convincing myself of like that he's like mysterious or stern or aloof. The only feeling left is this insane impression that I was raised by somebody who fucking hated me. And the whole act of even raising a child was some totally fucked up game to him. Like, parenthood was one of the highest tiers of irony in his solemn bullshit bro ninja code. So he went through those motions and did whatever he thought was funny or badass, but under that weird stylistic and totally sociopathic approach to parenting, I can't even imagine there was any emotion toward me other than some sort of loathing. What did he do? I don't want to get out the laundry list, but for reference, laundry wasn't one of those things. That was just one of the many little domestic things I just had to sort of figure out. Sort of like I eventually had to learn what the real purpose of a refrigerator was from movies. Wait, what? I don't know, there's too much to even get into. I don't remember the atmosphere ever not being nerve-wracking. All having to sneak around and my shitty childhood spider senses are tingling just thinking about it. It was training, you know? But you know what it really was. It was some vicious shit that was bad and sucked, and I hated it. It didn't make me stronger. It did the opposite. It made me never want to fight. It made me never want to see blood or be near danger or hear metal sounds. It made me hate the idea of being a hero because he was a hero and ruined the idea of heroism. I don't even want to be fighting this shitty version of Jack, but hey, nobody else has secret Welsh powers, so I guess I have to. What gets me is how long it took me to put all this together. To stop seeing it As some kind of roughhousey and eccentric life I had but was otherwise normal, it took years to deconstruct it all and put it back together to understand how fucking mad I should be. And in particular, how stone cold deeply uncared for I was my whole life. Like, being merely monitored by a violent robot, I only started getting it after spending a lot of time in person with a bunch of people who actually did care about me. And I could start feeling like actually somewhat human for the first time, instead of some sort of runty afterthought to a household cabal of smutty puppets. Puppets? The fucking puppets! I know how it sounds, but I am not joking, and there is no shred of doubt in my mind that he loved all those puppets more than me. Honestly, it is very possible that he was just insane, and that's that. I guess it didn't help either that we lived with what we have come to understand may theoretically be the most evil doll to exist in any universe ever. In fact, it's my tenuous understanding that he came down to Earth with that thing and like actually grew up with it. Maybe spending 30-some years being inseparable from that hell puppet had some effect on him. Maybe if it hadn't been casting a pall over our apartment 24/7 since he took me in, grinning, glaring, laughing in my sleep, maybe our lives wouldn't have been quite so... Maybe we would have... What? You okay there? Yeah. That doll. That was Cal, right? Yeah. Right. My version is empty, apparently. Whatever that means. Huh. How do you know that? Source. One supposedly knowledgeable in jujus. Never quite knew what that meant, though. Well, whatever his was, empty is never how I would have described it. Man, I don't know if I figured out something here, like, explain something, or if I'm just driving myself crazy with this talk and nothing even needs explaining. Doesn't change my past or how I feel about him. He was still pretty much awful no matter what the reason, and I'm sure that's the only feeling I'll ever have about him. So who cares why it was like that? Yeah. That all sounds really bad. I don't know what to say though. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, since I just remind you so much of him for obvious reasons. I don't want to make you feel worse or make it sound like I'm offering a defense for him or me, because I don't have one for either of us. Come on, man. You didn't do anything. This is just some douchebag with your exact DNA who happened to grow up to be my bro. You had a completely different life, full of, like, different choices and actions and stuff. And if you were gonna turn out like him, you've barely cleared the halfway mark on actually chronologically getting there. In some way, ranting about all this is probably just uncool of me, because you aren't him. You're not responsible for any of this shit, but I'm sort of implicitly tacking it on you anyway, so sorry about that. I'm not sure it's true, though. At least I don't feel that way. What way? That I'm not him. The fact is, I am. It's something I've come to understand about myself. All splinters of me are basically me, no matter how much I want to resist that truth, or pretend they aren't reflecting my own qualities back at me. I bear a certain responsibility for all of them. Splinters? Yeah, I guess the concept isn't that unique to me. We've all got other versions of ourselves running around here and there throughout the various compartments of this messed up cosmos. Right. I just happen to be particularly connected to mine. I've felt haunted by them. And what that really means is I'm perpetually haunted by my own bad qualities. So when I hear about stuff I did in another reality, I'm not sure what my adult self might have ever tried to do to atone for that stuff, if anything. Pretty much a dick squat. Yeah, but in any case, I'm sure I was completely in the wrong, and I'm sorry I messed up your life. Thanks, but still feels a little odd accepting an apology from somebody who I just met and technically had nothing to do with my life. Even if you do feel guilty splinter ways or whatever, it's just a messed up situation. And I guess I just had to vent. And there was never anyone I wanted to say all that to. And the only thing that was gonna drag it out of me, I guess, was like a teen stand-in phantom of my dead bro. Just some perfectly innocent dude having to take the brunt of this shit. I'm not particularly innocent, though. I've messed a lot of things up, with my friends. Honestly, that's why I wasn't that bent on sticking around when I showed up. I pretty much jumped at the offer of flying here to get ready for some yet-to-be-explained battle. Battles are easy. Just you, a sword, some bad guys. It's a lot simpler than having to answer for things you did. For the most part, I feel pretty bad about the role I played in my friends' lives, especially Jake. What happened there? I don't even know. An unmitigated disaster for which I'm entirely to blame. It's not any one thing. I think it was just a completely toxic element in his life from day one. I don't know what he's doing now. I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to avoid me as much as possible. I'm sure that's for the best. I think I need to stay out of his business for a good while so I don't risk poisoning another innocent kid's life. Like I did with you, apparently. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little different because relations between peers is a whole other thing. It's tricky shit, and you're both figuring stuff out on a relatively equal footing, and you're both at the same point in your lives. It's not like when one person is older and supposed to be a lot more... Never mind, this is a fucked up thing to talk about. But the bottom line is, yeah, laying low for a while, while you sort out your stuff, can't hurt. Right. The thing with that, with my adult self's ways, the sad thing is, I can really see it. How someone like me can go unchecked in life and turn out to be a much worse person than I already am. I guess I'm just relieved I still have some time to make sure that doesn't happen. You don't really seem like a bad person to me, though. No? Nah. Why not? We did just meet, after all. Because I don't know if truly bad people wrestle so much with whether they're good or bad. I think if I ever sensed my bro, struggled at all with what he was doing, or who he was, or showed any sort of doubt, that might have changed everything. But there was never a crack in it, or even the slightest hint of introspection behind the aggressive cool dude facade. If there was, I never noticed. I mean, personally, I think about it all the time now, what it actually means to be good or bad. Or if not something that starkly moral. At least just trying to examine the difference between being decent and being a douche. Maybe it's because of him I worry about that now. But for me, I think that internal struggle is kind of mild. For him, or you, I mean, it sounds like some pretty dark shit. Like, grappling with becoming evil versus simply trying not to. Yeah, that's not too far off. But the point is, even just talking to you about a little bit, it's obvious you've been fighting with that. Which means that you care enough to put in some effort. I think that counts for something. Maybe. Not sure I'm ready to accept a pat on the back for recognizing I have some problems and worrying about whether they'll destroy me and fuck up the people I care about. That might be setting the bar kind of low. Well, when it comes to the subject of him, the bar's already pretty low, dude. The weird thing, honestly, is that it's actually kind of refreshing to hear a sincerely leveled critique of all my negative qualities coming from another person invested in a relationship with me. Rather than from a fucked up iteration of myself as some bizarre, trollish form of self-abuse. The only thing I've ever been exposed to are either various forms of self-loathing, either from me or my autoresponder, or attitudes completely oblivious to my real issues as expressed through my friends. My friends always seem to cut me so much slack, or were just never aware of the kind of person I really was. Well, Jake probably is by now at least. But he's also the sort of guy who's just as likely to blame himself for stuff I did as he is to blame me. Jane and Roxy, though, never seemed to see anything wrong with me. If anything, just the contrary. Roxy in particular had a certain fixation. She meant well, but was so enamored of me and seemingly everything I did, which I think was the last thing I needed, to be idolized in some form by other people I respected. I had enough of that feeling coming from within, particularly when I was younger. And since then, I've been plagued by the insane ego of my youth in the form of an artificial intelligence I designed, which essentially trapped that state of mind in a sort of horrid suspended animation. Until recent developments, of course. So, was that stuff true? When you said you idolized the other version of me? Yeah. And not just some bullshit like how I used to say the same thing about my bro when I didn't know any better. It's definitely not like that. I never lived with him or met him, so couldn't have anything like the contentious relationship you had with my older self. He was a historical figure from centuries ago. There was a lot to admire and think about fondly. Especially since I was alone and never had any direct contact with another person or any concept of civilization. So, even though I'm sure I romanticized what his life was like, and the early 21st century in general, it was nice to think about you. I passed a lot of time that way. They do both need a hug. You say there was a lot to admire, like what? Well, he was pretty famous. He made some successful movies, at least under a somewhat expansive definition of success, and an even more expansive definition of movie. His work accumulated a lot of subversive political influence, which got him in trouble later. He made like 1 million bullshit statues of liberty, scummed them up with JPEG artifacts, and littered them all over the planet. Holy shit! He was also a pretty badass swordsman, and an active member of the resistance movement. He slaughtered the clown presidents on the roof of the White House and flew away on a shitty skateboard. Then it seems he gave the Batter Witch a pretty good run for her money. It wasn't enough, but at least he went down fighting. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hear more details on this sometime. That's great. Sure, but as you can tell, clearly there was a lot to look up to. I thought about the examples you set constantly. The creative ideals, the advanced theories on irony and humor, the tales of courage and martial prowess. Really, I modeled everything about myself after you. Or at least everything good that I was trying to become. And I probably spent an embarrassing amount of time imagining what it would be like to live during his time, and to be able to have something resembling a sibling relationship or be in some sort of master-apprentice situation. When I finally learned you existed and started to understand who he really was in relation to me, that put a lot into context. I realized he was a version of you who got a chance to live up to his full potential. And when I understood there was a young version of you, in a situation sort of like mine, whose time on Earth got cut short when you were thrown into all this, I was at least happy to think there was some reality where you got the chance to do everything you wanted to, be successful, and fight for all the right things. Even if ultimately it didn't lead to a great outcome for humanity, you had an opportunity to live a full life and show what you were made of. Well, I guess I had the same opportunity on your world, somewhat less fortunately. Yeah. But then, for all my bitching, I guess I still never fully grasped your full reality. Just like you probably didn't grasp mine, but just reading into the mindset of a historical figure as best you could. What if I wasn't as heroic as it seemed? What if adult me was kinda douchey too, in a way you couldn't observe? Perhaps. But beyond a certain point, I think accomplishments speak for themselves. I don't know if you can just completely shred every person who ever did great things because they had some flaws. All I can say is, it was important to me to see him in the way I did. As a good person who inspired me and set the standard for what I wanted to be, it kept me going. That said, I'm also glad there's this version of you who got to go through all the things you've been through. Like, yeah, you didn't get to be the cool celebrity who cuts down juggalos on badly defaced government property, and the idea of a normal life was rudely taken from you, and it's something you'll never get to experience. But this is so much more challenging and uncertain. You get to apply all that potential you showed in one reality to something much bigger and more existentially critical. Whatever strength you showed in trying to save a dying planet, the fact is, I think we all need that more here. And the trials inherent in being part of something like this, I think they bring out more of you than a relatively pedestrian life on Earth would. Make you face more things about yourself. At least that's been true for me. But it sounds like it's been true for you too. It sounds to me like the experiences you've had change you a lot for the better. You mentioned the experiences with him that were designed to make you stronger have actually made you weaker, but really, I doubt that's true. I bet you've become stronger than you realize. Not because of anything he did, but because of what you've done, and the ways you've changed yourself through your own effort. I hope it doesn't come off as overly sentimental garbage, but it seems to me you turned out to be a really good dude. Like, really, a better sort of dude I ever imagined talking to when I pictured meeting the legendary guy I idolized. I pictured him as probably being too cool for the type of guy you are, to be the type of guy you are. But you know what? Fuck being too cool for that. You don't think I'm cool? Nah. I mean, in the right way, yes, I think you are. But in the way that doesn't mean anything and doesn't matter, not particularly. Anyway, that's all my stuff with respect to your other self. Again, there's a lot more I could say about him. Maybe stuff you should know, or maybe it's all irrelevant to the path you're on now. Regardless, I'd be more than willing to answer any questions you have about him. Or anything, really. Feel free to ask me whatever, okay? Yeah. I'll have to think. What's happening over there, I wonder? That glowy thing off in the distance. Wait, I just clicked on the thing. Is it the same panel twice? It is. Is there like a difference? Clouds are moving a bit, and he's like slowly raised his eyebrows a little. Hey. Huh? Sorry about this. What? Oh my god, this is adorable. For what I'm doing now. This bullshit right here. Oh, what? It's really fucked up of me, what I'm presently doing, so sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Man, this is some fucked up shit, alright? I know! Oh my gosh, this is adorable. This is great. Oh my god. Does it get more adorable? It does! It's getting more adorable. But it's cool, don't worry about it. So fucked up. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god, that was great. Dirk is like ever so slightly smiling. It's like the faintest, most subtle like start of a smile. Oh, man. Well, let's see. Where are we now? I know that there's like, yeah, let's go ahead and stop here for now. I know that there's like one more to go and we'd be done with like the wheel of conversations. But it's also past, it's 12:20 now, so we're past. But let's look at the little pictures again here. So, alright, well now they're just talking about whatever. Oh, that's great. The Striders are now talking about, like, all the things. John and Trezzy are still talking, and Rose is like, what's going on? Mina is fantasizing about killing Lord English. Again, they're still talking about stuff there. Kanaya is... Oh, Roxy is showing up with Kanaya because matriarch stuff. Oh my gosh. Yes, Jaspros is thinking about Nepeta. Yes, yes, yes. Meanwhile, Callie is hanging out with the mayor and Sleepy Jade. Oh my gosh, and the Striders are like laughing and crying about things now. Oh, this is great. Okay. Alright, so this is where we will leave off. I'm seeing people dropping links in, so hold on a sec. Let me drop a few links into chat myself. Don't forget we have social media. I have Discord, and also you can follow my dog Tara on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning.